Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Noita. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. I do a gesture every time I start the hello viewers thing. I don't know why, I don't know where this came from. Obviously I've never done anything with a camera, it's not like for your guys' benefit, but I did it so clumsily there that I sort of punched myself in the chest as I started recording the video. And that, I'm choosing to believe, is not an omen of any kind. So we have here our spark bolt, which I do not like, and our bombs, which I do like. And a big old pot full of basically water, which is great. And also, free chest. Like, this right here. This is the omen. I opened that chest, and there's a bomb in it. I was like, what happened? It was just like weird red squiggles. But that's because the bomb, you know, listen, in color temperature terms, the bomb is very similar to my robe. How long do you think that bomb was just sitting in there, lit? Just waiting for someone to come along. Also, early wand. That's very promising. So, we know a thing now. We learned a thing last time, and I know not what to do with this information. Wow, another chest already. And there's we saw a wand over here as well. This is like a really fast start. Nope, nope. Oh, God. Hate. Hate them all. What is going... Alright. What is going on with that? It's like his corpse got stuck up in the roof and is spraying toxic sludge everywhere. I don't know what to do with this knowledge about the essence of Earth. I think for right now our plan is to ignore its existence, and like, if we decide that we have a use for it later, we'll come back. Man, I really do not want to spend charges from my... Damn it. It broke. Don't want to spend charges from my bomb wand if we don't have to. So why don't we go and see how accessible this is from the other side? Okay, we're going to have to burn something down either way. Well then, I suppose we may as well go bomb. Yeah, it's a whole weird surface world up there. I'm not sure of the value of going up there. And there's probably more stuff to see. I was, last time, while doing the off-camera part of the running, you have to cross over that big gap, right? There's that big gap with the lake in it, and I don't know, like, I don't remember if we checked and saw whether there was anything of interest in the lake or not. That might be worth doing, but for right now, let's just play down here in the mines. We got a lot of stuff to investigate down here. Alright, I don't love that this wand is going to leave layers of toxic goop everywhere, but everything else about it's really solid, right? Like, it is nice to have a wand that does that kind of terrain damage and does not have a limitation on its quantity. Okay, I think we got about as much out of that as we're getting without spending something. I mean, can the slime won't break rock at all? Yeah. Does it damage dirt? Where's a good chunk of dirt to aim it at? Okay, it does a little bit of damage to dirt, but it'll cut through wood very effectively, and it does a lot of actual, just straight up damage. Not a bad thing to find right away. Wow. He led me very effectively. I know I say this every time we get shot by them, but for real, those guys are A+ chump enemies. Some of the best chump enemies in video game history. I slapped his dynamite out of the air. Oh, this is like a water potion that broke or something, because all the rock around it is damp, and I cannot pick it up anymore. I thought, just looking at it there, I thought it was one of those stones. Ow. Well... Did they change these, I wonder? Like, I feel like it used to be the case that firing slime ball left a lot more toxic sludge on the ground. Like, my memory is that I was reluctant to use this projectile because of the... Wow. I am shocked that he was able to hit me there. My memory is that I was reluctant to use this projectile because I found it very difficult not to constantly get sludged. But honestly, this is doing real good work. This is very solid. There we go. So I think what we're learning here, what I did not realize, and this wand has now shown us, is that those dynamite guys, I think maybe have explosion resistance? Well, no, that guy was also only taking 6 damage. What does the wand actually say on it? 6 projectile damage, 30 from the explosion. Maybe the explosion wasn't affecting the other guy because he's poison resistant? Like, it's a very powerful projectile against some enemies, and then it completely fails to kill the dynamite guy in one hit. Yeah, I do not feel too bad about this. I'm actually really pleased we picked this up. And I have basically thrown away slime ball wands quite a bit recently because of my memory of them as being awkward to use. I'll take it, but we might not. We may or may not use that. I do find it very difficult to safely saw blade. We're doing okay, I guess, in terms of like damage. We're not taking a ton of damage, but we're taking enough that little bits of attrition damage during this first area make it so hard to feel safe exploring around here. At least in later areas, like checking out the side stuff in later areas, you can have built up some toughness and some health. But if you want to like explore the spooky dark cave, you really just have to play real tightly during this first area, right? Or you have to do the thing we were planning to do to explore the temple on the surface and just go on down and then dig yourself back up with a black hole or something. Which I guess is maybe a reasonable thing to do. I do feel like we don't find sources of light all that frequently, though. Whatever is in that spooky cave over there may remain a secret to us for some time. Yeah, look at that. That's not so bad. It hardly put any slime on the ground at all. In fact, I don't think I saw any. Okay. A good player would be able to get this without taking damage. And also, so can I? Look at that. I'm actually proud of myself. Such is my expectation. I'm like really shocked that I was able to pull that off. Okay, magic arrow is great. So it does do less overall damage. It has a considerably higher projectile speed, though. Sometimes this is really annoying. Obviously, we're just going to replace that guy. Okay. Effective. What is this? I've already forgotten. This is acceleration, right? Yeah, okay. I'm not opposed to pouring acceleration all over myself to put out fires if it comes down to it. Yeah, I do love magic arrow. Just like anything above the rock bottom base damage level of the like the default projectiles makes a really big difference, especially in the first area. Okay, interesting. There was something down there, and now it is gone. Now it is somewhere else. But where? Like, what if I just did a good job, though? What would that look like, do you think? Man, crits are pretty alright, huh? I think that said that was a 50 damage crit. So crits are quintuple damage. I wonder if there is an easy way up to that. So, like, I definitely want to... just go downward. I do not want to potentially get killed in the mines. We've picked up so many ways to improve our max HP that I think it, like, even more than usual, it really behooves us to make sure that we hit that health refill in the Holy Temple. So, that said, obviously with 60 health left, I would like to do a little bit more exploring. I'm a little worried that I think we've got a worm on our hands based on the amount of shaking. Don't actually see one, though. What is going on over here? Oh, yep, this is worm country for sure. Alright, he's been all the way up here. They're very good jumpers, those worms. Wow, spells per cast 6. I feel like you could turn this into something. I might drop this thing. I know I'm not usually wild about shuffle wands. I'm probably too much of a coward about that. But we can definitely find a way to make use of a wand that fires. Ah! I don't know if fighting the worm is ever worth it, honestly. Like, it just has so much health. And there's so much potential for it to jump up and take a huge piece out of you. And, like, gold is important and everything, and I do feel like we're a little lower on that score than I would like to be for going down to the next area. But I don't remember if the worm drops enough money to really justify the amount of effort you have to put into getting it. Right, he's bleeding lava all over the place. I probably shouldn't be downslope from him. I think if we're gonna explore up there, we probably ought to give the lava pool a wider berth. Well, that's not what I meant to do. You know what? I'm just gonna let it go. We don't need that gold in particular. There is other gold to be had. So we're too low. We're too low to enter. Oh God! Oh my God! I ran out of levitate ability, and so I was just falling into him, and he did not, I think, bite us to death. I'm pretty sure he killed us through Mario-style touching. Every enemy in every Mario game is coated with deadly neurotoxin, and apparently so is this worm. Right, why does it damage you when the Goomba, who we know to be squishy, look at the way they react when you jump on them. Why does it bother you when the Goomba walks into you at low velocity? There's gotta be something weird going on there. The whole dungeon's already on fire. I showed up after all of the fires started. You know, this dungeon has always been burning. Ow! You know what? I yield. I will take that as a death. That guy shot me in the face and I died. Putting me at 79 health before I've seen anything at all. Get off of me. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not disappointed by that worm death, because I thought we had a pretty solid start going there with the amount of max HP that we gained and everything. But this is a lesson that even while I'm talking about, you gotta take the worm seriously. You gotta take the worm seriously. That's like weirdly hard to get to. Also, what do we equip with here? Spark bolt and bombs, and that looks like mud, maybe swamp, yeah. Boy, that wand is not easy to access. I guess a bomb right here would probably do it. The explosion range of a bomb is pretty huge. Gonna have to, yep, let that drain. Wow, actually, that's, maybe. Okay, I grabbed it. I didn't even see what it was. It's more bombs. Cool. Pay a bomb to get 3 bombs. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. This one is physically quite large. Unfortunately, not quite as impressive as I was hoping. That said, I'm certainly not sad about All-Seeing Eye. Is that? Yep, that is whiskey. And there is nothing below it. Oh, interesting. It is kind of weird, isn't it? How frequently the first area spawns with like a lot of unsettled earth. Stuff just is spawning in conditions that it cannot continue to exist in. You know, because it's got to be the case that everything could already be a tumbling nightmare by the time you get to it. That really helps to show off the magic of the game's engine, and it probably sounds like I'm being a little bit like sardonic here, but I'm totally not. I think this is probably why it's like this, and it's actually probably a really good idea. Alright, let's start a lot of trouble, and then I'm just going to go elsewhere, and we'll come back. That's going to turn into a situation. I'm feeling, like, unusually claustrophobic here. Yeah, it's just real dark. The darkness came back in extremely quickly there. I, like, reach through the wall and... not really. Alright, so we opened up some passageway down here. Wow, look at that. Enemies so dense that they can take perfect cover underneath the remnants of the other enemies. That guy really thought he had me, and I gotta be honest with you, I also thought that. I was pretty sure he was right. So obviously, I'm like very devoted to the secret stuff. I'm like very curious about all these tablets and whatnot. But my current feeling is that we probably do not have enough information to figure out what all this stuff is about. I think we're missing just a huge amount of data, and in order to have the pieces to even start working on this puzzle, we need to successfully navigate some more of these alternate biomes, some more of the parts of the game that you get to by doing things other than just going straight down all the time. To attempt to figure out a secret now would be like working a jigsaw puzzle when you only have a quarter of the pieces. And no picture of the box. Is that still... Do people still do jigsaw puzzles? Is that a thing that still happens? Wow. That guy hit me twice. He bit me twice in the same lunge, because he was still inside of my sprite. So, like, there's that weird fungus area off to the left of... Is it the snow biome, or is it off to the left of the second? Whatever. Like, that's a thing that I'm still very interested in figuring out. Figuring out what is going on in there. I feel like we've gotten in there, like, into the mouth of it many, many times at this point. That's okay. Weird. And then we just keep dying there. Like, we've never been past the threshold, despite the fact that we have entered it repeatedly. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to survive that. So I think that's our goal, this run. Let's just try to get down there and live. Obviously, trying to do anything while living is sort of a tall order. In Noita, the game is very difficult. Please put down that thing you stole. That's my thing. I've decided. Oh man, but maybe this is just a torch, right? Oh, maybe we're in exploring the dark cave territory here. What do I want to drop? It's a very dangerous light. That's interesting. We need a combat wand. I don't really want to drop bombs, because bombs are so incredibly useful. And I think that the all-seeing eye is generally pretty good, but I think the situation we're in now is maybe a low-value all-seeing eye situation, you know, with the spooky magical darkness and everything. And we know that the all-seeing eye does not work in the dark cave. Yeah, I think that was a reasonable choice. Just a bottle full of pheromones, huh? I do not feel that it's up there somewhere. The gold that he dropped will have zipped all the way up. I do not feel that that was necessarily worth our bomb. Now that's not... I've lost track of where we are relative to the wand that I dropped. That's not the wand I dropped, right? Because once you've picked it up and then dropped it, it doesn't sparkle anymore, I think. Yeah, this is a new wand. It is a wand of bouncing burst. You know what? I'll take that. That's an improvement, in my opinion. I really don't care for Spark Bolt. Yeah, crits and everything, but like... Frankly, the small chance for it to crit all the way up to 15 damage, I just don't think is good enough. I'll say this for it. It does a pretty good job of cutting. The bouncing bolt doesn't really do any environmental damage at all. So maybe that would have been a good reason to keep it around, but like over what, right? Now, unfortunately, the game doesn't have any kind of map. Yeah, not even just of the like filling in like Metroid style of the places that you've been, which would be a really helpful thing for me because of, you know, my brain. Don't eat coal. I'm just trying to jam myself past here because it looks like I should be able to fit, right? All right, fine. Eat enough coal to get me out of here. He's trying. He wants to eat that coal. Alright, we may have to bomb to even get down to the dark area. So when I click, it does try to fire. There's nothing for it to fire, but it does like go into recharge. Oh, that's bad. Layer of oil on top of my safe pool of blood. Yeah, honestly, I do like this wand. Is this... It is only firing them one at a time, but with a... with a short enough delay that it feels like it's firing more than one spell at once. Wow, that guy just elected not to die. He just took like 3 times as much damage as those guys are supposed to take. I'm going to pick up the lava potion mostly so that there's not a lava potion sitting over there to potentially break from combat. I don't know what I would do with the lava potion, honestly. These guys were not respectful of the frog. We got too close and he was like, "Hello, my baby." Well, that's fine. I didn't need money anyway. Trust it. I don't like it. I feel like I don't really get pheromones. I mean, there's lots and lots of games where you have the ability to like charm enemies and stuff, but my experience of the pheromones in this game is that things do not behave in a predictable way where pheromones are involved. Sometimes they're friendly, and sometimes they're not, and that's way worse than them being reliably either. I prize reliability very highly. At least the collapsed mines do not have the crazy extra magical darkness going on. I do feel a lot better. Fill the area with enough projectiles, eventually you'll hit something. Maybe. Jesus. This frog is actually immune to damage. You know what got him? It was hubris. He thought he could step forth and tangle with the Noita. That's the deal, right? I'm Noita. It is me, I am the Finnish witch. Whoa! Whoa! Huge frog really kind of spoiling the element of surprise there by shooting extremely early, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Well, okay, I mean, let's go ahead and spend a bomb, I guess. Oh, hey, it's the devil. You know that area you wanted to get to? Too bad, because here's the devil, and not like a fun Dave Grohl devil, like the lava blood devil. That's extremely where I need to be. Alright, can we please stop making my life so difficult? Alright, so this is going to work, but also it's going to be a problem, because I'm assuming if I go down into the water with the electro torch on, it's going to kill the shit out of me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to descend a bunch, drop a bomb. I wonder, would that be... If I dropped a bomb there, I don't think it would be close enough to cut through. That's what I should have done. I should have bombed here. Ow, what? Water. Water dripping onto me from above as the steam recondenses. Stupid physics. Alright, well there goes our last bomb. Nope, we're just gonna go for it. Ow. Okay, should be able to hold it over here. I don't think that this is actually going to work. Yeah, because I'm gonna need to be able to see. And I can't use this to see while swimming. Well, that's a use of some bombs. So the question now is, do we want to go back into the rest of the thing and look for more tools to maybe actually get going where we're going? Or do we want to just Holy Mountain, because I'm in terrible shape? Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut my losses here. This is bad, but... and we're weak. But I don't think going back to the right is going to help all that much. Wow. Yes, welcome aboard. Let me do this so that we can drop this second wand. No problem. And then we're digging back up and going for it, right? Which level of energy thing is this? This is the beginner one. Alright. Light on this thing. Maybe we move the black holes down to here. This thing has 6 spells per cast, which I think is pretty exciting in a general sense, but maybe not where I want to be at right now. And then I'm going to make this my crystal detonating wand, if that's a thing that ever is useful to have. And then we got 9 charges of black hole and some bombs, and part of me wants to cut 2 of the projectiles off of this wand so that it will always produce light every time we fire it. As it is now, it won't, right? It'll only produce light if the shuffle pulls up this slot. Or, I don't know, it might be the case that with a projectile modifier, these are effectively considered to be a single slot, and so if it picks either of them, it fires the whole deal. But I think the light modifier should give us vision there. I would hope. Unfortunately, we have no idea where exactly we will come up on this. So it is the 4th wand. I'm just gonna pick a direction and start... Oh, God! How am I on fire? Well, yeah, I've angered the gods. I mean, I knew that was gonna happen. What set me on fire, though? What? Okay, well, we're back up top. Oh, right! There's that little eye. We've seen that before. Right, there's that little eye full of teleportation that's below one of the, It's just an empty bottle now? Oh, but I can't pick it up because I got too much stuff. Get out of here. Huh. Picking that up really made a lot of stuff come out of it. So why does this empty bottle have a quantity notation on it? That's weird, right? Also, was the bottle from this thing, or is there like a wand somewhere maybe? What am I doing? Don't engage. Don't engage with enemies. Just go straight to the thing you want to go to. I mean, it sure does seem like the light is firing off, right? We are getting the light consistently. So out of curiosity, was it... Okay, it's impossible to tell. But yeah, we've seen that a couple of times. There's like a weird eye carved into the rock below one of the portals and has a bunch of teleportation in it. So I guess we just happened to stumble into that. I wonder if it will always be in approximately that position. Like if we're trying to dig out, if we should always try to dig out right above the statue. I was just thinking we wanted to be on the left. Okay, yep, this works. We can navigate like this, and in fact, I'm gonna go back outside and set a bomb right there, and we're gonna drain out even more of the water that way. Right, because it should be no problem to have a bomb just sit right here. There we go. Alright, let's hope that we are ready for whatever it is we're going to find out here. I don't feel like I really know all that well what it is we're going to face. We've only actually, like, successfully gotten into the part with the enemies, like, once or twice, right? Okay, so that's a full health reset. It's not more max. I appreciate that the projectiles, even after they're sort of, like, dead, they still provide the light. It does make things a lot easier for me. Okay, so this is where shit gets extremely real. Black holes don't damage enemies, we know that. That guy is immune to damage because he's got too much magic shielding. This is just a huge amount of unstable polymorphine. Maybe extremely valuable to us, actually. If we can get our enemies to fall into it. Oh, this guy is not... He is not one of the guys who falls when he takes damage. And I must be careful. Nope. Yep, not to fall into polymorphine. Although that wasn't so bad. What did he just get hit by? Was that a bouncing projectile? Am I permanently this guy? I was waiting for this to wear off. Shoot. There we go. The fact that you lose so much of your UI when you're polymorphed makes it really tricky to know exactly what to expect. So he's doing that big Wand of Light spell. We have had this spell. It looks really impressive, but it's not that good. In particular, it just has a tremendously long windup. Alright. Oh wow, I'm surprised that hit me. I thought for sure that, like, the terrain was clearly between the end of the wand and me, so I thought I was safe. So when we're okay on health, we want to leave the health regen thing in its position. I wonder if the darkness affects the enemies at all. Oh, he died. Try to get the gold here through the slime without touching the polymorphine. Yeah, that guy has a lot of health and his attack deals a lot of damage, but he's not actually a very, like, good enemy. Okay, so just tons and tons and tons of these guys. And there's traps and stuff. Okay, that's solid. They don't actually seem interested in attacking me? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Also, this one has lost his shielding. Nope, it came back. Is that bone dust coming out of him? It is, okay. Okay. Big, powerful-looking double axe handle melee attack, but it's slow. Now that guy might be different. I think the colors of his halo are a little different, right? The other dude was sort of silvery. And this guy's got a gold thing going on. So the weird shielding is not an aspect of that one enemy. It's something that everybody down here sometimes gets. Hoping that guy will get murdered by the traps. He's trying to kill the traps, which I don't know if that's even a thing that can happen. Okay, we can collect a bunch of his money. He seems to be infinitely producing bone dust, so that's not great. That's that flying computer head man. Whoa! That dude has accuracy. What's wrong with my wand? Oh, my spells have been neutralized. There we go. He's going to take advantage of the bounciness of my projectiles. I'm not doing a lot of damage, but also he can't safely come up here. Oh, I was really hoping that was going to start a proper fire. I guess there's a lot of liquid down there, though. If you want to come down here, or come up here and fight, we can do that. If you're gonna hide, I am also going to play in a very cheesy way. It's not even 100% clear to me what is going on with the liquid down there. He's constantly emitting oil because he's bleeding, I think, and he's a machine. It's going to take forever to kill him this way, but it is going to happen. He is taking small amounts of damage, and I'm 100% safe. Can I get a better... I keep sliding. In case you were wondering, I'm not moving. I just keep sliding around because there's garbage shifting up here all the time. Ow, I took damage from that. Because that's not my... Those are not my projectiles. There's lots of other wizards down here, and I don't like it. Well, I'm just not going down there. I'm going up left, and if he wants to... Ow! Okay, so there are some enemies that are a little bit more difficult. We're at 4 health. We are not long for this world. I think at the very least we've picked up a lot of interesting information today. How far up can I fire before I start getting clipped? That's kind of working. So this is that like good rock. We're not going to be able to break through that. That's just a whole lot of berserkium. You know, we could go over the top, right? There was that one heavy guy up there who I thought looked invincible, but it clearly is not the case. Let's maybe try going that way. Oh, I thought I'd killed him, but apparently I just teleported him up onto a different platform. Just die. Stop being obstinate. We really need a better wand for this. This is not an ideal tool. Yeah, it's not clear to me why they become invincible when they become invincible. I'm hoping that him becoming invincible isn't also like refilling his health or anything. I mean, I think I'm content to just leave him alive. As I say that, I sort of decided the opposite, obviously. I don't want to get surprised by him later. I want him to die. Okay. Those guys are filled with bone dust. So much bone dust. Like, way more bone dust than could possibly fit inside their bodies. Gotta be super careful about fire. Even a very small amount of burning damage would kill me. Okay, so there's a big reservoir of berserkium up here. We're above the area where we actually killed stuff, so like dropping the berserkium through the floor isn't really going to have much of an effect. It's not going to be detrimental, certainly. That is pheromone. You got some traps. It looks like... Oh, hey! That's a statue of me. That's weird. It looks like probably one of those skeleton guys was here at some point. Prior to him being murdered. Oh, and we got a proper wizard. Well, I'm gonna, cut through here. I was really expecting that to delete some of these traps. When I shoot them, copper comes out. That's weird. I can't tell if they're invincible, or if the problem is just that we do so little damage that, like... Okay, let's maybe try to cut through here a little bit. So this guy is in the pheromones, and he is definitely shooting at other enemies. But that's going to stop being the case any second now, right? Yeah, the pheromones have worn off. That said, he was drawn off for long enough. Oh, God. That's just raw mana up there. What a weird area. Did we get a name for this area? It's quite large, too. Is it possible to shoot? Yeah, okay. Alright, so he's got one of those wand spells as well. His seems way dangerous. I hate not being able to tell if he's casting. That said, he seems to not be able to shoot me from there, and I'm, yeah, definitely down to take advantage of that. That's a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool spell. It's a pretty cool thing that he can, like, sit just behind cover and the front of his spell will lean forward enough that he still gets hits on me. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Well, I'm a different thing. I don't know how to control this character. It doesn't have a lot of jumps. My weapon is bad, and I would like to turn back, please. Okay, no, it has a lot of flight power, actually. It's just that it doesn't work like my flight power. With that guy, I was not able to hold the button down. Each jump had to be set individually, but it looked like I maybe had an infinite number of them. I mean, it's hard to tell with no UI elements, right? It's hard to tell if it was just a lot, or if there was no limit. Alright, I'm really worried about going back into that room, hopefully for obvious reasons. Whew, okay. Wand spells are cool and powerful. They have some real downsides, though. Okay, well, I guess this is our way forward, then. Try not to fall in the polymorphine. I wish I had my all-seeing eye wand now. Now that we're past the darkness. I'm going to try to take advantage of this area here. So I think we can fight this guy pretty effectively. Yeah, by just doing that, basically. Oh god. A storm of polymorphine. Well, well shit. Now we're both this guy. Great. He seems very confused. The thing is, like, it's not really going to be easy for us to get back through there. I do appreciate that this dude is willing to just eat trap damage for me. Okay, so the traps are not invulnerable, but we got some pretty solid confirmation there that they just have a lot of HP. Alright, carefully... Okay. He's not dead, but he is gone, and that's almost as good. I'm gonna, let's dig. Weird. So how much black hole is left? 2. We have 2 black holes remaining. Is that guy... Okay, he's on the other side of this rock. I'm assuming that at some point we will reach some kind of end here, right? This has got to be going somewhere, but it feels like this area is huge. Yep, I just completely didn't see it. Oh my god, what a way to die. God damn you, laser cannon. Well, that was information, right? We saw all kinds of new stuff in there. And we got some new, was it? Yeah, it was mostly I killed enemies that I've failed to kill before. So I don't know what that first word means. The second word is pretty clearly alchemist, though. Karotetu alchemisti. Oh, and apparently we'd never picked up electric torch before? Is that true? Okay. And I'd never gotten one of these. Well, okay, so it's an area full of alchemists, some of whom have seen better days, and others who have tentacle faces. And I'm not here to judge that. Listen, if they want to have tentacle faces, they are allowed to have tentacle faces. This is America. I assume. It's incredibly hostile, you can die from absolutely everything, and nobody wants to help anyone at all. It feels like America to me. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back, next time, tomorrow, I'm hoping that we're going to make it back in here, maybe even in better shape, because what we encountered here today gives me a lot of hope that with some slightly better weaponry, we could make it really, really deep into this alchemist's lair. And we'll see you then.